Well, good afternoon and welcome to another video with a guy and his projects. Today we are working on my wife's 2006 minivan. It's a Chrysler Town and Country Touring Edition. It's got the 119-inch wheelbase, which is important to know when it comes time to change your suspension, as well as your headlamps and a couple other things. Today we are replacing the coilovers. I'm just doing the quick strut system or coilover or whatever you want to call it. The ones on this van at 116,000 miles, I think, are shot. This van came from Minnesota. We bought it off a couple that traveled back and forth from here and there, and they've never replaced them. They're rusted, they're bad, so this is very, very, very bouncy ride. It's almost like riding on a trampoline, I guess you might say. So we're going to get some of that corrected with new struts. We're using the Gabriel Ready Mounts, Gabriel Ultra. Not my go-to choice, but for a budget vehicle, it's going to be a budget suspension. These part number is G56957, and the other side I believe is just ends in 6 or 8 or something like that. I don't remember. I'm going to show you guys how to do this on the passenger side. Actually, yeah, I'm going to show you how to do this on the driver's side, sorry. We're also doing a lot of other stuff today and tomorrow. I'll put that in another video. We're replacing the tie rods, the control arm, because that's also rusted out, and then some other stuff like that, stabilizer bar end links, sway bar end links, whatever. So if you want to see that video, make sure you stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, because that'll be coming shortly. But for today, we are just doing the coilovers. I can't see because I'm blinded by the light. Okay, so really we only got a couple things to do here. So we're going to leave this bolted in up on top to hold it in place when we take the rest of this strut out. But you got 2 bolts right here. These are 21mm bolts, and then you've got these little brake lines which you need to unclip. There's hope yet. Okay, so now that's out. This is kind of one of those pieces you just want to replace later, but for now, we're just taking it off. So it just spins, the ball just spins in its place, so that's what this little Allen key is here for. So what you're supposed to do is grab your Allen, give it an open-ended wrench and an Allen key, and you hold it tight with the Allen key while you spin this. Alright, sometimes when life just isn't working out, you gotta get that stabilizer bar out so that you can get the rest of everything out. You just gotta grab a grinder and go after it. So that was option 2, and now we have a free sway bar. So that can go out of the way. This is gonna do absolutely nothing except make me feel a little bit better. But I'm gonna put some PB Blaster on here right now. Okay, so the top one we can get a little leverage on, and that goes. We got a 24-inch breaker bar here. Go ahead and grab our impact again just to speed this process up, because I got a lot to do tonight. There's one. Glad that came off. I was kind of nervous for a minute. There's one. Now when you do this, this is going to fall. We don't really want it to fall. So I'm going to grab our floor jack and kind of support the rotor from underneath. And yeah, I have no idea where my punch set is, so we're just going to use one of these dealio. There we go. Okay. So after that little fun bout, we are now free right here. And we can more or less just kind of let this hang. Your tie rod's going to hold it, which is worn out. We're going to replace that. If you want to see that video, hit subscribe and leave a thumbs up on this one, and then go watch that one when we're done here. But this is all free. All it's doing is hanging by those 3 bolts up top. So let's go ahead and go up top. Alright, so these are 13mm nuts up there. You can either use your 13mm box wrench, or you can use a slim, low profile ratchet, which is what I'm going to try and use. It's a pass-through socket, which is super handy. Don't need the pass-through in this situation, we just need the slim. And then you're going to, right there. So you're gonna have 1, 2, 3. I recommend doing the hard to reach 2 first and keeping that one for last, because once everything's hanging and flipping, it's gonna make it more difficult. So stick with the easiest first. So grab this. There's 2. And now you can do the final one. Now the final one is the only thing holding that strut up at all. So when you pop this loose, the strut will fall out. So once you get it to the point where it's almost off, you're gonna have to reach down and hold the strut up, which I'm doing right now. You can't see it. I got my right hand holding up the quick strut, my left hand operating the ratchet. Okay, so there's the nut. Now the ratchet's out, or the quick strut's out. I want to leave it sitting on the CV boot, which you don't want to do, just so I can show you guys it coming out. And let's. Okay, so as mentioned, this is now just kind of chilling out here. You don't want it to drop, which is why I steadied it with my hand and dropped it slowly. But there she be. So that's your old one. Now you're going to compare it to your new one and make sure she lines up. Okay, so this is your new one. It's going in. I like to read the warning labels, so because you never know. I mean, maybe there's something important on there. So I don't speak Spanish, but this one says, "Atención, pieces a resoporte, compris, ne pas, retire, le crowd du piston, risque de blessure, grave." But pretty much it says pieces can be compromised, retirement, and then grave. So the piston. So I'm guessing what it's trying to tell you is, hey, the piston can blow up, split into pieces, and cause you to go into retirement or an early grave. So be careful what you're doing. Okay, so go ahead and take your new nuts off. Whoop, whoop. Put those where you can easily access them. You're going to look at your orientation. You want the blades that hold the knuckle facing out of the vehicle. So it's going to go just in like this. Woo! I don't know how much you're going to be able to see, but I'll try to get you some. Oh. I'm going to take this, I'm going to slide it in. Typically, you're not going to want to rest that on the CV like that. I'm just doing it so that you guys could see it going in. So now we got our 3 holes. We can see the top of the strut coming there. Again, you're going to do this reverse of what you did to take it apart. You're going to put the easy one on first so that you can hold it. And I know you can't see what I'm doing, but you're just going to line it up just like so. And you're going to hold it, suck in your stomach so you can work those abs. Alright, once you get one on, it's not so bad. So for the record, these are going to be 21 foot-pounds as far as torque specs go. I don't know how you're supposed to get a torque wrench back there, but that is what the repair manual calls for, is 21 foot-pounds. Now you know. Alright, so now we're back underneath at the steering knuckle. This is this new strut you just put in. Doesn't that look so much better? It really does. Now we're just going to get this knuckle, slide it in. We're going to replace our steering end, obviously. But for now, the next task is to get the steering knuckle back in. Okay, so you're just going to line her up, slide them in. And that actually was a lot better than I was expecting right now, the way this has been going. So much easier when things aren't rusted out. Look at that. Can tap these in the rest of the way. If they don't want to tap, then you're going to have to suck it in with the nut. That one went. There she goes. So those are in. You slap your nut back on, slap your other nut on. This is your alignment bolt here on the bottom. I'm just going to put it and let it land wherever the heck it lands, and then I want to take it to the alignment shop and let them do it with their computer. So I guarantee you right now, it doesn't matter how good I am, I ain't as good as their computer. So you will need an alignment after this job. Torque specs on this is amazingly only 60 foot-pounds. But it says do 60 foot-pounds and then tighten another 90 degrees. So, I don't know exactly what that comes to, but it is more than 60 foot-pounds. Oops. So that's 60 foot-pounds right there. I'm gonna do this as well. That's 60 foot-pounds. Straight down. Oh, that's about 90 degrees right there. Same with this one. It says 60 foot-pounds and 90 degree turn. This one's going to be a little more hard to judge because it's going to get in so many ways. There we go. So this one's at a slight angle, so we're going to go all the way down. I'm going to go up a little bit and do just a little more. And that is an unofficial 90 degrees. Okay, so this was kind of just on here like so. Okay. Now your sway bar is going to go right there. If you were able to get the old one out and you're not replacing it, you just slap that through that hole, bazing it back in, and you're done. If you're going to replace this whole thing, you just take this off the same way. Because it's such a pain in the butt, I'm literally just going to grind this off too. Okay. So, we grinded the heck out of that to get that off. Boom, boom. That's obviously trash. Alright guys, so we have your new strut assembly in. It looks good. You got your brake lines back bolted together. All you would have to do is put your sway bar end link, your stabilizer end link, whatever you want to call it, back on. We're not going to do that because right now I'm going to go ahead and replace the tie rod ends and the control arm, so it'll be easier for me to just wait and do it. But had you needed to, just boop, put the bolt back on, you're good to go. So yeah, that's really it, guys. Easy peasy to change out your coilovers or strut assemblies, whatever you want to call it, on this vehicle. If you want to see my video where I replace all the rest of this stuff, go ahead and stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can see it when it comes on. I want to be doing this work tomorrow, so I mean, you're not going to see it tomorrow unless you're not watching this right when I posted it, which you're probably not, but all that, who gives a crap? So, so anywho, if you liked what you saw today with the strut assembly, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button. Subscribers is really where it's at for me right now. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. Remember, I am not a mechanic. I am not certified to work on vehicles in any way. This is just something I do because I enjoy working on my own, and I enjoy working on my stuff because I know exactly what happens and what goes into it. So, keep that in mind. Don't do something just because I do it. Anyway, till the next time, guys. See you later.